Hey, Phoenix, what is up? September 19th, I'm going to be there. I love you guys. I love Phoenix. You know why? Because when I'm at Stand Up Live, September 19th, I know it's going to be full. That's why, Phoenix, you are better than other towns. Because when I get to your town, you fill it up. Stand Up Live, come see me, Jay Mohr, at Stand Up Live, September 19th. All my shows are meet and greets. I'll be selling more of your t-shirts, More Stories Podcast t-shirts. I'll shake your hand. We'll have a photo. We'll hug. You want to hug? You want to make a pyramid? We can make a pyramid. I'll be on the bottom. I don't care. Come see me do stand-up comedy, Phoenix, September 19th, 20th, I think 21st. Whatevs. Just get your tickets. Fill it up. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know that you're going. At JMoore37. Now enjoy this free podcast.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game change.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
More stories. Welcome back, Moyers. Oh, getting blood. Whoa! Always have a nurse draw your blood, not a doctor. Steve.
Phlebotomist. You know, one time I gave blood 10 times in one day.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
Was it on?
Yeah, well, it was for a medical study. I was having drugs for pigs and cows tested on me for FDA approval.
What were the drugs? Don't make the guy laugh that has a needle in my vein. This is a random... Oh, you idiot.
No, this is a little known...
Everybody's there was a needle in my arm, blood is flowing, and the doctor taking the blood is in hysterics. What could possibly go wrong?
Right. Now, it was a drug called ractopamine hydrochloride. They knew very little about what it would do, except they wanted to make it legal to give to pigs and cows, so that the pigs and cows would have more muscle and less fat to appeal to a more health conscious consumer that wants to eat leaner meat. This was in January of 1994. I had just dropped out of college. I was trying to find my way. I found out I could.
How'd that work out?
Well, I made $2,000.
What?
One day?
Yeah, $2,000 for it was 12 days. 12 days of actually having a home. You know?
Wait, did they give you the drug?
They did, yeah. They gave it.
Was it oral? Was it a tablet?
Yeah, we took pills. Yeah, they gave it to us in pill form. They knew that it would increase our heart rate, and that was about all they knew.
Geez, usually they test things on the animals.
Well, that's the thing, though, because
Uncle Dan, we need to point out, is riding shotgun here, and last time he did, I believe it was Sam Sheridan, Disaster Diaries book.
No, there was one after that. Who was
Barry Katz, and you argued about the banking industry. Jesus
Barry's
Christ.
pissed off about his last appraisal or something. I don't know what's
My man at the end of the day. You want me to hold that for you, sweetie?
Yeah, thanks.
So, Steve-O, they give you a tablet.
Okay, so
Uncle Dan has a good point. Usually they test animals to see if the shampoo is safe for
and
a
you know
person.
what?
I understood.
They pay the pigs and the cows $4,000.
Understood. Thing is, though, should the drug become legal, and then they administer it to the cattle, when people eat the meat, they get a trace amount of the drug enters into the body, and by law, if ever a new drug is going to enter the human body in any capacity, they have to essentially test this on people to find out how much people can withstand of that shit, you know?
So how much of this drug did you take?
Okay, well, the target for the medical study was for the resting heart rate. Like someone in the group had to have a resting heart rate of 150 beats per minute.
Well, that's
I respectfully submit, if your heart's beating 150 beats a minute, you're not fucking resting.
Yeah, it's time to get out of the steam room. You're overheated.
Right. But so there were people in the medical study that were like profusely sweating, like drenched in sweat, you know. And but my heart rate, I don't think ever went over 100. I just I have a pretty low heart rate.
Do you think because I have a super low heart rate too? Do you think because your drug use, you're able to just blink off? You're like amateurs.
Possible, but I was only 19 at the time.
I don't know what the significance of that is. You
I
hadn't geared up.
Yeah, I just wasn't like.
You were a double A drug user. You weren't major league yet.
I was 19 years old. I wouldn't be locked up in my first rehab for almost another year.
So couldn't you have just given like semen samples for the same amount of money?
No, because when you jack off for money, all they're doing with that semen is testing new cryogenic freezing techniques
and taste. Obviously,
by the time, and you get like
nothing.
No,
all right.
Not taste. No, if you're gonna jack off for money, you might get like $20, like $30. Maybe like and they're. Like if you're actually going to be jacking off for the purpose of artificial insemination, because my sister got artificially inseminated twice.
By Uncle Dan.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know who it is.
I do. I read the file.
No,
what's in front of me right here? If this isn't it,
I know all about
it. I apologize. This is not your sister's file. August 18th, see Steve-O at Rumors in Winnipeg, huge podcast town. August 22nd, Sequan.
Yeah, some casino in El Cajon.
You don't know the name of it?
I don't know. I thought it was called the Hard Rock. I don't know.
Sequan Casino in El Cajon. Is that a member?
That's from my website, man. So it's
all right. So you
right.
What is the name of the website, sweetie?
Steve-O.com. It's the official Steve-O website.
I know Winnipeg is huge listeners of this podcast. Rumors, August 18th.
Dude, that fucking they added shows like 3 months ahead of time. Those shows were sold out, man. It was crazy. Like
Sequan Casino.
So now I'm doing 8 shows in one weekend in Winnipeg.
That's good.
Really good.
They dig it. August 22nd, Sequan Casino in El Cajon, California.
And for the people going to those shows,
yes, sir.
I'm going to fucking have my video camera. I'm going to be ready to film whatever butt nut stunts anybody wants to show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm going to go out there with a stack of release forms and a video camera because, one of my old tours, right, in Canada, I remember this kid coming up to me and he's like, yeah, dude, I got a stunt. And I was like, all right. We fucking stuck a fish hook. He had a fish hook tied to the lacing of a football with a big string, right? This kid fucking his ear wasn't even pierced in the first place. He fucking he stuck the fish hook through his fucking ear past the barb, right?
Yeah.
So and it's tied to the football. I go over there and I do a fucking a handstand with my fucking legs parted to serve as the field goal. The fucking Preston Lacey holds the football with his finger, and Wee Man comes and fucking kicks this football as hard as he could. It was the most incredible thing. You figure you're gonna fucking fillet this guy's ear and it's gonna look like the lizard man's tongue, But what happened was fucking Wee Man kicks the football. It goes fucking flying. It bounces off a far wall out of frame and then comes bouncing back through frame again. Turns out that the fish hook itself like straightened out and came all the way out the way it went in, past the barb and everything. God, I'm tempted to try that myself.
Yeah, I think you got your new closing bit. Uncle Dan, did you ever pierce ears, Uncle Dan?
People in Canada are crazy. That's my point. People in Canada are fucking nuts.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
I saw pictures of you in Irvine, and you're on stage lighting your head on fire.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you still close with that? You got to get away from it. You're like Daffy Duck. It can only be done once.
I did just this past Friday, and I'm almost like not wanting to admit this, but part of me is like really fucking stoked about it, and part of me is like don't say this. But I was headlining the Ice House in Pasadena on Friday night, this past Friday, and those 2 shows are my best fucking shows I've ever done in my life. And the first 2 shows where I did no stunts, no tricks at the end. I just did straight stand up the whole time. Do you like when you go on stage? Are you like, oh, I got to do these goddamn stunts or people won't? It's like me doing walking. I mean, I'm an attention whore through and through, man. I don't really care.
But if you could have your druthers, the next 10 years of stand-up comedy, no stunts, do you sign on the bottom line right now? You'll have the material, and you will never have to do a stunt. No one will ever leave the showroom going, he didn't light his head on fire. What was that shit?
I mean, kind of feel like that's the direction I'm going a little bit. You know, I've always got the bag of tricks. You know, but I don't know. Like, here's where I'm at with it. I've toured pretty extensively for 3 years. You know, or like almost 3 full years, and I just like, I don't know if you can relate, but you know, when you've got bits you've been doing for like a fucking long time, you know, and then like you wind up like you start cycling back going to places you've been, and then like when you're in the fucking town that you were in the year before, and then you find yourself doing the same fucking bits, you know, like I just feel like I get this shitty feeling, man.
Yeah,
like,
but in all fairness, me giving myself a catheter isn't exactly a bit. You're talking about like stunts.
Right. I'm talking about stand-up material and stunts.
Okay.
Stand-up material and stunts.
You dodged
know?
the question, Steve-O.
Well, okay, but like where I'm at now, I want to come up with new shit.
Do you wish you could do stand-up? I'm not going to let you off the hook. Do you wish you could do stand-up without stunts?
Yes.
All right, that's it.
Yes, and I'm naturally going that route because in coming up with, I'm not coming up with new stunts to do in shows.
Catheter, I just gave you one.
Yeah. I'm coming up with new stand-up material, and the more material I generate, then the less time I have for stunts. That's what I was saying.
Well, you never told us if the field goal went in.
Oh, it was a complete fucking field goal. It was
Really?
totally good.
You know you're high when to make a field goal, to make a goal post, instead of putting your hands over your head, you go, I know what I'll do. I'll stand on my head with my legs wide open.
Well, I guess, I mean, like, in a sense, I think I was smarter to do it that way because I don't know if you saw our third Jackass movie, but when Preston's got his arms up and the guy kicks the football right into his face.
I tapped out. Yeah, you got to watch out for the hook hitting you in the face, too.
But then again, you know, I mean, I don't know. I can't. You know what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to fucking trim down like the amount of time the openers have so I can still do fucking crazy stunts, too. Because, you know, now I'm not comfortable with my answer. I'm thinking like, dude, like, it's going to be a Steve-O show in Canada. These people are nuts. You know, I have to do some crazy shit, too.
Well, why don't you say to them, if I can give you advice you didn't ask for?
Sure,
when you go on stage, obviously we're very happy to be there. We always say it, and we mean it. And just say, at the end of the show, I am going to do stunts. Be cool, because I got a whole bunch of stuff to tell you guys first. But
I
I
wouldn't do that because then you've just got them thinking about that, and then all of a sudden it's a pain in the ass for them to get through the stand-up. You never want to do that, like.
Yeah, you know, I have to open.
You got him thinking about that, and I'm like, oh, when's he gonna do the stunts? What's he gonna do? I wonder what the stunts are.
You're actually right, and I'm wrong,
it's a complete distraction from what I'm trying to do.
I've tried saying I'm gonna do all the impressions at the end. Everybody do walking. It's the first thing they say. Do walking. I'm like, fuck. I just told you.
Yeah, and then you completely undermine everything you're gonna do until that point.
I go, it's a hit. It comes at the end. When you go see the Eagles, Hotel California is kind of the encore. Like you got to hang in there. Do walking. I'm doing it at the end. Do walking. So now I just have to come out, do walking, and then I just strip that from them. So maybe you should open with stunts.
I think it's going good the way
maybe you should agree with a single thing I say today.
I probably will. What do you think about this? Like if you're going up just doing a 10-minute spot in a comedy club, you want to try out some new material, and
you can't do stunts.
Well, of course not. I'm saying a different scenario. You go up there like, and you've never done the material before. You just wrote it out. You don't know if it's even going to work. Like maybe it's funny, maybe it's not. Do you go up on there and say, "Hey, everybody, really, glad to be here. Thanks for letting me up. I'm just going to try out some new material. I don't know if it's funny or not." Because if you do that, then you get them in the mindset of, "Oh, well, this shit's going to suck." You know.
For a guy that's new to comedy, you're really breaking down comedy perfectly.
Well, I mean, I suppose so. I think, I don't know if I am or not, but if people are going to find what they're looking for. If they're in the mindset of they're looking for something to suck, they're going to find what sucks about it. Whatever they look for, they find. And so if you go out there and say, "Oh, I'm trying out some new stuff," they're looking for it to suck, and that's what they're going to find.
You never told us why you had to give blood 10 times.
Okay, because
of this horse. First of all, did they use the drug on horses and pigs?
Cows and pigs.
What did I say?
I don't know. I don't know if it ever became legal or not. I don't.
They don't give you a letter like, "Thanks for all your help. Now we have lean beef."
No, they don't.
The reason I ask is because if it didn't clear, then you just realize you spent like $2,000 worth of killing yourself. You know.
I know, but even at the time, I was only 19 years old, and I had just dropped out of the University of Miami fully to devote my life to becoming a stuntman. And in my mind, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go have drugs for fucking pigs and cows tested on me, and that is gonna make me so gnarly. You know, like it was kind of for like the street cred.
That's what Ray Lewis said.
It was just like I'm gonna be fucking gnarly. Oh my god, no one's gonna be able to believe this.
Your
like,
antler spray.
I'm a wild man.
Yeah, but you don't know if it worked or not. But don't you want to know if it worked? Because you'd be like, hey, you enjoying that lean burger? You could thank me.
Right.
But why 10 times a day?
It was just on the hour.
Did you get lightheaded?
It was on the hour every hour.
Just a little, right?
It wasn't every day. It was only one day, and they only took one little test tube worth. But still, it was, you know, who cares? That's how many holes there were in my arm.
Do you give blood? Are you a blood donor?
I don't know if I've ever done that.
Well, you would remember, Steve.
I mean, I get blood tested pretty regularly.
No, do you ever go to the blood bank and give blood? Like
as far as like charitable donations of blood, I've never done that. I don't think.
Now, Dr. Pat in the background here, it's a pint, I believe they take. You can nod.
Yeah, I don't think Steve's blood's that desirable.
You know what? If you were hemorrhaging in an ER, I think Steve-O's blood would be very desirable if it was the right type. But how come I gave blood once in high school, and I got so lightheaded and freak out. But to this day, I'm convinced it was psychosomatic. But I'm still Dr. Pat says it was. But I'm still scared to give blood. I should be like a 6-gallon donor by now because there's such a dearth of blood that's available. Like when people go to the emergency rooms, it's like, where are we going to get? Then you got to have like everybody in town that knew the person whose leg got chopped off to give blood. And then, like, there should be like super reserves of blood, but there's not because people like me are afraid.
Then why aren't they paying more money? Because from like
no, you don't pay any money at the blood bank. It's free. You do it because you're a good human being.
I know, but there are not that many fucking good human beings around. Like if they really need it, then you would think that where there's a demand, you know, they're gonna create a supply by paying more money.
They do have the pay ones around here someplace.
Yeah, they pay for it.
Really?
I've known people who've done it, and I think that you only get in those cases. Maybe like $50, but I think you get like more like 100, 200 if you give the plasma. Is that right?
What if you jack off and give blood? While testing a drug.
I don't know, but the benefit of giving blood for money is that not only do you get like $50 for the pint of blood, but then when you spend the $50 on the 12-pack, the 12-pack gets you more fucked up because you got less blood.
Yeah, and right after you give blood, they give you Twinkies and juice to make sure you get diabetes. That you're dealing with half a deck because your blood's missing. So let me just crush my body with sugar. Go to jmohr.com, click the Amazon banner, and buy things. And I will read on the air right here and make you famous. Jason, how come every single person that uses the Amazon banner has a last name that's debatable? It's always like a name like, is this Kosanke? Kosanke? Kosanke. Kosanke? Oh, yeah. All right. Jason Kosanke. JJ, just use your Amazon banner to purchase a Valio ab wheel so I get some exercise. Well, pictures.
Prove it.
Pictures where it didn't happen. I want to see this guy naked with his cock flapping using his ab wheel. That's what Amazon likes when I mention cocks during their ad. Use the Amazon banner at jmohr.com to purchase a Valio ab wheel so I can get some exercise after a tiring day at the office. I know how much you hate fat people, and I am really fat. So in addition to me eating better, hopefully this can help me shed some of the fluffy so I won't be as fat and you will hate me less. Jake from Wisconsin. P.S. I love the podcast, and whenever you do the Tracy Morgan voice, my nipples get hard. Yeah, Jake got hard nipples. That's why he can't run no more marathons. His nipples bled. I don't hate fat people at all. I thought I made a very salient point to somebody that was once on the podcast that was trying to quit smoking. I said, well, what for? I see a lot of old people smoking. I've never seen an old fat guy. That's the extent of my fat conversation.
Really?
Go to
Never
an old
seen an old fat guy?
Well, it's the oldest fat person you've ever seen.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe make a point. Well, no, that's not true because I used to volunteer at a nursing home, and there's some pretty fat old people there.
No, there's not.
Not like super fat. I'll give
not
you that.
Wisconsin fat. Not Jake in Wisconsin. This guy's a fucking big blob of shit. He even says it in his thing. He's so fat that he has self-loathing that he took what I said and made it into a whole thing about how I hate fat people and his desire for me to
that's
personally.
definitely something going on with him, I think.
Yeah, he's got some issues.
Yeah, that's more him than you.
It's cheese. It's a lot of cheese he drinks.
Well,
Drinks
that's Wisconsin's shit, right?
Dr. Pat, not a lot of fat people. Fat people, you got to choose one. You tell somebody either grow old and get fat or grow old and smoke. Which one do you tell them to do?
Oh, both.
Both. Fair enough.
Oh, holy shit, today.
Well,
Hey, can I say what the date is?
Uncle Dan's getting crushed this whole podcast.
No, listen to you guys. I'm saying one evens out the other when you're too fat and you smoke at the same time.
I'm not even going to say what the date is because I don't know when you post this, but today is my fucking precisely 5 years since the last cigarette I smoked.
All right.
Yeah. Woo!
Pussy. Matty Boy lights another Newport. You know what? Let's all have a Newport.
That's what I used to smoke.
Newports?
It seems to be the cigarette of choice for people. What, Parliaments or Newports? Newports?
Well, I mean, Newports.
There was one? Made me feel great. Uncle Dan, you know, Steve-O's very famous for doing crazy stunts and injuring himself.
Sure is.
In Millbury?
East Millbury.
Well, easy there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cross the tracks.
Yeah.
What? Would you guys ever just hit each other over the head with like bags of flour like these lunatics did?
Yeah, we did some stuff like that. We used to do the one I was remembering that was the most fun. We had BB gun fights all the time. You know.
Yeah, but this guy, big deal, Uncle Dan. This guy staple gunned his balls to his leg.
I know.
Let me see it. Give me your finger here.
Still got one in there.
Steve-O taking Uncle Dan's finger, putting it in his anus.
What? I've got.
Is this another donation that's happening right now? There's a wait. What was that?
I still have a BB in my nipple.
Let me see it. In your nipple?
Yeah.
Right above
How do you know
it.
it's not a third nipple?
Well,
Bro, that's
is
not
now.
cool. Take that out. I don't want to feel that shit. That's
take it out right
disgusting.
here. We got a doctor. Can you
Doctor's
slice that?
here. Dr. Pat.
I don't want it out. I love it. I absolutely love having
Civil
a BB
War.
in my nipple.
So BB gun fights, what are the rules? No shooting above the neck?
Well, no. You could shoot him any place. We used to do it down in this guy's cellar.
In the cellar?
Lazat's cellar. And then his dad, we were shooting each other all over the place. And you put cardboard down by your balls and you put some in your ass. Then his father, but one kid got shot in the eye. And then his father came down and got pissed off and made us wear those safety goggles, so we stopped doing it. It wasn't any fun anymore.
I like how he didn't make you stop. He made you wear like goggles and nap safety shoes, like you're working on an assembly line at General Motors.
In those days, back in the late 50s, early 60s, you could do anything. Kids, nobody sued anybody for, hitting guys with rocks or pushing them off a small cliff and stuff like that. It was different times, times.
The answer, by the way, to Steve-O's question about Jackass 3 is no, I didn't see it. I tapped out after Jackass 2 when the guy let a snake bite his dick.
Oh, man.
That, to me, was when I knew I was completely full of stunts. And the fact that snake latched onto that guy's cock. And they put a white sock on it to make it look like a little mouse.
Right.
And that snake bit his dick.
Right.
What I want to know is, was he on Viagra? How do you keep your penis more than -8 inches? Like mine would have been in my throat if I was putting it in it was a glory hole with reptiles.
What kind of snake, though, was it?
It was
like a poisonous snake.
Nah.
Yeah, the guy died.
Oh, okay.
Nah, it was
like a little garter snake.
No, it was a big fucking snake.
It was like a tree snake or something.
It was a snake that ate mice and thought a guy's cock was a mouse and said, "That looks delicious. I'll bite into his dick and won't let go, so he can't pull out of the glory hole." And which begs the question: how come there's not more snakes at truck stop glory holes? That'll teach those guys. That'll shut a glory hole down in San Fernando Valley.
Truck stop glory hole, huh?
Yeah. That's the one I like. Just like north of Vegas, there's that firecracker store where they sell scratch-off tickets. There's a good glory hole there. And it's just all dudes. You don't have to worry about, like, girl stuff.
Oh, yeah. They're on the other side.
Steve was looking at me like, I'm completely serious. Who was the guy who's dick?
That was Chris Pontius.
Now, who comes up with an idea like, what we could do? We could either have a fish hook through a guy's ear and kick a field goal, or, hear me out, you get bitten in the dick by a snake.
There's all different,
Steve was like, it's organic, man.
There's all different moments when flashes of brilliance happen.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how you guys didn't get eaten by alligators. It's a minor miracle.
Yeah, well, sharks the alligators were all like kind of captive, somewhat controlled environment.
But that would make it worse, I would think. The alligator would be like, look
pissed off.
Yeah, like, It's bad enough I'm captured and people fucking hug me in Florida. Now these guys have meat in their underwear, and they're all jacked up on Schlitz, and they're going to climb over a goddamn zip wire line. I'm going to get me some Steve-O leg because it's filled with that lean protein that the lab gave them. The gators knew it.
They could smell it.
They can smell it.
They had the one time in question where I did the alligator tightrope with the chicken in my jockstrap. I felt that my job that day was to be bitten by an alligator. And I showed up to the set thinking, okay, so today's the day. Like, I show up and I get bitten by an alligator.
How big are these gators?
Oh, they were huge.
Yeah, like
and they jumped up like 8 feet in the air. One had wings.
It was a decent. It wasn't like a baby or nothing. I mean, it was it turns out that it would have been probably pretty bad, but I just assumed that was what was going to happen that day. And then when I got through the shoot and like everyone was like happy, oh wow, that was a great bit, and it was just a close call. Then I was like, wow, okay, so because I was under the impression that I was getting bitten.
Now, did you think you were going to die, or you thought you'd get bit like in a cartoon?
I don't know. It was so funny when Manny, the shark man, he's our wildlife expert. He says, if an alligator gets a hold of Steve-O, Steve-O will relax, and hopefully the alligator will release him.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Like that was the plan.
Because one thing I hate, and I'm not even joking, when I eat dinner and it's relaxed, I spit it out. I want meat thriving around in my mouth. When I bite into a steak, I want it flapping and hit my nose and gums.
Yeah. Steve-O will relax.
Amazon, hit it up. And Steve-O, by the way, Hard Rock Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi. Biloxi Blues. Christopher Walken is the drill sergeant. August 24th, Hard Rock Casino. Go see Steve-O in Biloxi,
Oh, yeah,
Mississippi.
you know what? I'm doing these casino dates with Tom Green, too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Tom Green's a good dude.
A little double headline action.
So Saquon Casino, El Cajon, California, August 22nd. August 24th, Hard Rock Casino, Biloxi, Mississippi. You could see me September 19th to stand up live in Phoenix. Go to jmohr.com, click the Amazon.
I love stand up live in Phoenix, man.
I love it, too.
It's a great place. And you saw more fucking merch there.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't have any shirts when I went.
I don't think that I've ever sold more merch than I did at Stand Up Live in Phoenix.
Are you selling your merch, or are you getting like old like Journey T-shirts and just passing them off? Like I was in Journey.
I got books and.
What's your book?
I'm a fucking New York Times bestseller, bub.
Well, I'm not.
It's called Steve-O, Professional Idiot, a memoir.
And how long ago was this book out, Steve-O?
It came out in hardback June of 2011.
You mentioned
and it came out in paperback last year. Man, it's a New York Times bestseller.
So people should go to jmohr.com, click the Amazon banner, and buy Steve-O's book.
Yeah, sure.
How about this science nerd? Lisa Robbins, this is her first repeat lady. I followed the Amazon link on your site and bought my almost 4-year-old son an Automoblocks truck, trailer, and hot rod combo. He loves Automoblocks! ! I'm no Sarah Brady, but I am a repeat customer. I was really excited when you read my previous email on the podcast, and nothing gave me more happiness than the day you and Farley called me a nerd. Kevin, that would have been amazing if it was Chris. Like if we raised him from the dead.
I met that dude one time.
You're a nerd! If you're ever in Indianapolis in the summer and want to go water skiing, let me know. I won't be and I don't. But Lisa Robbins, you're the first. You know what? First two-timer. Lisa Robbins.
She's
I love it.
That, Lisa.
Chris Farley. Kevin Farley called her a nerd.
Book on Amazon.
It's like talking to Gene Simmons how you sell.
Well, on Amazon, the average customer rating for my book, the aggregate total of reviews, fucking average 5 out of 5 stars, no partial stars. Wow. Fucking stoked on that.
That you should be. You barely you quit college to get injected with pig hormones. So the fact that you're a New York Times bestseller with like Tim Russert.
Yeah, me and Snooki.
Yeah, she does lower the bar. Is that the bell curve?
I don't know how well reviewed her book is though.
It was just the fact that you're all on the same list together. When my book came out, it was Eat, Shoots, and Leaves. It was a book on like grammar. Eat, Shoots, and Leaves was like on the bestseller list forever. And Tim Russert wrote a book about his dad. And then there was like 6.
So you are a New York Times bestseller.
I was last.
Who cares, man? I was like number 18. If you're on the list, you're on the list. You're a New York Times bestseller.
I know, but it's just like Eat, Shoots, and Leaves. I got beat by a book about punctuation. Uncle Dan, if you were going to write a book, what would you call it?
Tears on my jizz rag.
Yeah. Don't let your snake bite you in the balls. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys ever? Uncle Dan's new book, Tears on My Jizz Rag, available right now at jmohr.com.
Copy.
Someone hold on.
Number
Someone
18 on New York
no, it's got to be 17 to beat this prick.
Okay.
Someone has to do a mock cover of Tears on My Jizz Rag by Uncle Dan. Please do.
All right, I'll just write the book and use that for the title. What the hell?
Tears on My Jizz Rag. No, do people still tell you look like Dennis Farina even though he's dead?
No, you're the only one who's ever told me you look like that.
That's not true at all.
Oh, well, maybe a couple other
Who
people.
does he look like? Would have been real funny if you said Dennis Farina just then.
I don't know, like I can't think of someone, man. Like
Some guy came up to me in the parking lot and asked me if my name was Frank something yesterday.
That's the guy who just died, Dennis Farina?
Yeah,
He
his
does
heart
look like that
exploded.
guy.
Yeah.
See?
He does, yeah.
See?
So now me and Steve-O.
Well,
Number
I must.
25.
I wanted to say Pat O'Brien, too.
Everyone's starstruck. Joe Manganiello from True Blood was here. He plays like the head werewolf in charge.
Yeah, I tried to
I'm
watch
the
True Blood, couldn't get it.
HWIC, man. He was here, and he goes in and says hi. And the guy's built like a Mack truck. He's on the cover of like Men's Fitness. He's a dreamboat. He's built like an NFL linebacker. It's crazy. He walks in, Pat O'Brien punches him in the dick. Like just literally goes, and he goes, what the fuck's up with Pat O'Brien? He punched me in my dick.
Call it a snake punch.
A snake punch. Did anybody ever think about Chris Pontius?
Chris Pontius.
Did they ever go like, was there a debate whether the snake bites him in the balls or the dick, or was it just dick start to finish?
The balls didn't make it through the glory hole.
Thank God.
And that would have thrown off the mouse costume.
Yeah, those snakes.
How do you know it wasn't a two-headed mouse?
Snakes, I'll tell you that.
Huh?
You can't fool those snakes. He never would have bit him if it threw off the mouse costume.
Well, how do you know the snake? Maybe the snake, this is in my perfect world, the snake sees it all come through, and the snake goes, why'd they dress that guy's dick up like a mouse? I would
bite
love
him out of
Stupid
spite.
son of a bitch.
Yes. Like the snake's just like, I'm down to bite some dick, and you guys are putting a sock on it. You're fucking me up. That's why you held on so long. Is there a stunt that tops that? Because to me, that was the high watermark ever of and I don't even know if you call it a stunt.
I don't know if
Maybe a gator biting you in the balls. That would be a stunt.
No, gator would just take your balls back to its fucking lair.
True. That's true.
Did they live in the gator lair?
you know
Gator's my new
everything's
album.
so different,
Gators.
man.
What do you mean?
I
All right,
mean-
we're not. Don't get fucking campfire
I'm gonna,
stoned
like-
with me. You know everything's different now, man.
Well, no, I'm not saying everything's. I'm just saying it's all just such apples and oranges. You can't say that the one thing is like the greatest ever when there's.
I could say whatever I want.
I mean, say whatever you want,
The
but
guy let a
Who
snake.
got hurt the most on what was the one when a person just like
Yeah, what was
got
the
hurt
worst
the most?
injury?
the worst injury. Yeah, that was a pretty
Golf cart?
scary
What
one.
happened?
They were just jumping golf carts on the golf course, and it kind of flipped, and like it was. They called that the what did they call it?
Golf cart
the
flip?
incident or the accident. I don't know. It was pretty bad. Like everyone was okay, but it was just a really close call.
Close because everybody could have gotten decapitated.
Oh yeah.
You know, I blame that on the guys that put the governors on the engine
yeah.
of a golf cart. And that still to this day bothers the shit out of me. You get a golf cart, you're up and running, you see a hill, and you go, oh yeah. And then you start going down the hill, and the golf cart just goes, no, I'm not allowed to go that fast.
Right. Well,
You're like, well, who fucking take the governor
yeah,
off the engine?
there's no problem with these golf carts like that. What it was there was like it was like a, I don't know, they had all these statues like from the mini golf course or something. They put them on the golf course, and so they're going around like kind of crashing through the statues to make it funny. And then what they did was one was laying down, and they tried to jump the golf cart and land on this big plastic statue thing to just like smash it and destroy it. But what happened was when the golf cart landed on it, it just flexed in and then bounced it up, and so it launched the shopping cart in spinning wise. So they landed on their heads, and with the the golf cart like landing on them kind of.
Oh, well, Bumpy tattoo was good. That's that
Yeah, that
thing
was
on your
good.
arm. It was supposed to be a happy face
Yeah.
on Steve-O's arm, and you did that in a dune buggy. What was it?
The
close.
Hummer.
Hummer, sorry.
Hummer off-roading, yeah. The best is this one, man, right here.
Yeah, it was.
Don't say what it is, because this one's really hilarious. I was I was hanging out with a friend, right? We were cracking up talking about how neither of us ever wanted to have kids. We're drinking, and I say, wouldn't it be funny if I got a tattoo of a baby with like a circle and the slash through it, like no babies. I think that's pretty funny, but we keep drinking. And then all of a sudden, the baby with the circle and the slash turns into fuck babies, right? And like, but even like when I was like, even in that like drunken sort of, I still had common sense, because I looked at my fingers.
Sure you did.
I look at my fingers, look at my arm, and I'm like, man, I'm kind of word heavy, I can't just have fuck babies now because I've already got words all over me. So then, like, we keep drinking, and then I wind up getting a tattoo of a guy fucking a baby, right? I did, and then when I come out of the tattoo parlor, like the first people I see on the sidewalk are like they notice me. They're like, Steve, oh cool. They're like excited to see me. And they come up and I say, hey, check out my new tattoo. And I show them the guy fucking the baby, and like these people, the look of fucking horror on their face told me that like I'd crossed the line. Like,
and these are your fans.
Yeah, in a bad, terrible way. Like these people, the look of horror, I'd crossed the line.
Not the good look of horror.
It was a bad look of horror.
Okay.
Right. And so I've got this fucking tattoo, this huge tattoo of a guy fucking a baby on my arm. Like sodomizing a baby, and he's got his middle finger, just flipping the bird. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I couldn't stand it. I finally went back.
Did they say anything? You're like, well, I don't know, that's not cool, Steve.
It was just a look of horror, and they kept walking, so I finally just couldn't take it anymore. I went back to the tattoo parlor, and I took the tattoo gun myself and just, I went over this, I blotched out the baby, turned it into.
Did you make the noise with your mouth?
No.
He made the noise and the noise from the machine.
And so I turned the baby into a mysterious black blob, and then but it didn't make any sense, So there's just this guy.
Maybe it's the smoke monster from Lost.
Right, and but then I turned the black blob into an ostrich, and so now it's like fucking awesome and hilarious.
I like how the ostrich now has her feathers up around the guy. We're assuming it's a she ostrich, but you never know.
You never
feathers.
What? Birds, and male birds and female birds both have just openings.
I did not know that.
Birds don't have dicks, dude. Which is why birds don't have dicks. They just have that's why birds have the most incredible sex and sex drives, because here, in order for birds to reproduce, what they have to do is just rub two fucking holes together. And so like it's actually like the most challenging fucking their task is so difficult that they're blessed with like the most ridiculous sex drive, because in order to accomplish, like, they have to rub these two holes together. This is what I heard, man.
I went to look it up.
Though I don't know.
Yeah, who did
birds have? I can't remember.
Snake.
I can't remember, but I heard that a long time ago, and I was thinking to myself, "Fuck."
No, hold on. Nice history search. Penis.
Bird penis.
I did bird penis, and the question is, do birds have penises? Warning. If you can tell by the title post, it's going to be a little blue in this post. Most of us have heard the song "Birds Do It, Bees Do It," but how does a bird put a?
I don't think
most birds do not have a penis.
That's right. And so
they have a little lump called a cloaca. During the breeding season, when hormones are flowing, the cloaca swells, and birds get a cloacal protuberance. Here's a photo of a bird.
Does it say bird sex drive? Because like, not only can they fucking fly, but they have like the best sex in the planet.
Says who? What fucking bird
That's
people
where
are you
they got that
talking to?
expression.
Think about it, man. Like they've got
flying
a
fuck.
fucking,
That's where it comes from. I don't give a flying fuck.
They
done.
have a difficult.
Uncle
fucking...
Dan's draining the three, and you're just fucking glossing right over him.
Is that a turkey? Or
the red-billed buffalo weaver has a pseudo penis, not quite a cloaca.
Red-tailed buffalo weaver.
That's what it says.
A pseudo penis.
A red-billed buffalo weaver. He will rub this against the female's genitalia for 10 to 20 seconds. This is supposed to increase the chances that his sperm will stay. Now this is a whole, that is definitely a bird dick. Explosive eversion of duck penis. It's a corkscrew. Look at that thing.
Holy mackerel. I'm jealous.
Yeah, that is bigger than Dan's. What, 1, 2? That's a 4-inch fucking duck dick.
It's a good thing I'm not a duck.
Wow. Well,
In any case, Google fucking bird sex drive.
it's good for radio, sure. Let's talk about you doing stand-up in Winnipeg. They keep adding shows because you're a huge...
It's Canada. I do very well in Canada, man. Like,
what's your favorite town? Like, I got into this discussion...
I like Neenah, Wisconsin. I'll be there in November.
What?
I fucking love Neenah, Wisconsin.
N-I-N-A?
N-E-E-N-A-H. Neenah, Wisconsin.
Oh, that's an Indian name, right?
You leaving, buddy? All right.
Very funny stuff.
Thank you, Dr. Pat.
Hey, great to see you, man.
Dr.
The hair short, you look good.
Thank you.
Dr. Pat heard us told him about duck dicks, and he's going to rub one out. I'll call you later.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Be good.
I'm excited to get Neenah, Wisconsin.
What's the venue at Neenah, Wisconsin?
Is it called the Comedy? I don't know. Comedy Quarter. I might be.
You love it so much.
I can't fucking remember the name of the comedy club. I just
Well, if it's the
love
place that sticks out in your head, like, look, I love Denver. I know it's the Comedy Works.
it.
No looking at anything up. We're live, dude. But look, the fact that you love Neenah, Wisconsin is cool.
I do.
I'm gonna go.
I just find like places, the small town places, like it's people are just so stoked.
Yeah.
Like Peoria, Illinois. I had a fucking great time there.
Home of Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Steve-O, I'm a little like you and I have already spoken on the phone extensively and tweeted back and forth about we really want to do shows together. Next time I'm at the Improv, it'll be me and you together. That'll be good.
I'm down anytime.
And I'll forbid you from doing stunts because I want to see you really do it. And I think
when I'm
Why
doing
don't you do the
spots,
stunts?
I'm not doing fucking stunts, Uncle Dan.
When-
you
when-
do them.
I'll do the stunts then.
You gonna let
sounds
a
good.
snake bite your dick?
Sure, why not?
You would not.
Well, I might.
What's the weirdest animal you ever got bit by?
I got bit by a monkey. A chimp, not a monkey, when I was
Why?
a little kid.
You don't want to offend monkeys?
Well, chimps and monkeys are different. Chimps are way bigger.
You think they're going to boycott
monkeys.
outside your
Didn't bite me
apartment
that
on
much, but it bit me on
Burbank
the
Boulevard? Like, how dare he? How do you get bit by a monkey?
Well, this guy that my dad knew, some carpenter buddy of his, had a chimp, and he kind of kept him on a leash, and I was over there kind of teasing him, and I didn't realize he wasn't at the end of his leash, and he grabbed me and like threw me goddamn on the ground, got on top of me, and bit me on the arm.
He took
chimp, he said not a monkey, a chimp. Is that right?
Chimp, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up,
Chimps,
dude.
chimps.
Those are the ones that rip your fucking face off, like when you were the one who cared for them.
A gorilla to me, for crying out loud.
You know what the best part of the story to me is that not only did the chimp bite Uncle Dan, but was so dominant, turned him around and made sure he was face down and bit him on the back.
No shit.
Like, I could have raped her ass if I felt like it. Like, you could have just bit him, because if you're teasing a chimp, he could just bite your finger,
right.
your arm, your chest. But that he grabbed you, put you down on your stomach, like, good on, bitch, and then bit your back.
And chimps do have dicks. I'll tell you that right now.
How do you know that, or do we not want to know?
They just walk around. They don't wear underwear or anything.
Baboons.
They do in the movies. My wife had a good point
chimps.
about monkeys in TV and movies and cartoon characters in general. They either wear tops or bottoms. Rarely do they wear both. Like Mickey
Wonder
Mouse
why.
just has those stupid pants, and like Donald Duck just has that stupid jacket.
Unless you're a bellman.
Yeah, unless you're a
Donald Duck-
but if you're
oh, I
a
guess-
Bellman monkey, yeah, they get the full thing. But you get that hole in the back for the tail. Oh, when I was getting fitted for Jesus, what
That's
movie?
fucked up because ducks have dicks.
Ducks have dicks. Ducks have dicks and monkeys have dicks. Birds don't have dicks, but most birds don't have dicks, is what it said on Wikipedia.
Right.
Duck dick.
Birds that can swim probably have dicks, because I bet you geese have dicks too. if ducks
What,
had
to
too.
steer?
Probably you put it down there and just so you can, ride the
Troll?
current a little better. or
Would you be
something.
afraid a snake would bite it? What if the duck was on Jackass, takes his cock out for trolling for cat noodling? They call it, right?
Trolling, yeah, noodling.
So you got shot. You guys shot it. Well, what happened to the kid that got shot in the eye with the BB gun? Did he have to go to the hospital, or did he walk it off?
It just, he didn't get shot in the eyeball. He just kind of like got shot in the corner.
And he was a rat. He went upstairs and snitched everybody
He was
out.
crying. Mr. Lazat came down and made us put on safety glasses. So it was.
Why does this? How many were you?
There were like 3 or 4 of us.
So why does Mr. Lazat have 4 pairs of safety glasses?
Some factory, he had them all over the place.
Hey guys, I need you to go to the eye wash protection station that you see on the wall.
That family had more different animals. They had donkeys, geese, ducks. They had a monkey, not a chimp. They had all different sorts. They had 13 kids in that family too.
I got I didn't get bit by a monkey, but I had a monkey pick me up on my hair from a bird cage.
You mean a chimp?
No, I was a monkey.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not an idiot, I know. My Uncle Kent had a monkey named Phyllis, and he kept it in a bird cage in the backyard of Montclair, New Jersey. And they don't like that. They like to kind of do their own thing. And I used to just walk by back and forth, and the monkey. I didn't really harass it. I just stayed away from. I just forgot it was there because just when you're a kid, you're just out in the woods and playing. And like at the backyard of Montclair, New Jersey, it was just wooded and it was beautiful. It was like Grey Gardens before it went to shit. And then I was just walking under the bird cage, and Phyllis, the monkey, just reached out with one arm and just like doing fucking delt exercises in the gym, just lifted me up like a kettlebell. That's how strong the thing was. And I'm like, I remember coming in the house screaming, and they kept the monkey. They got rid of me.
Got rid of you.
They put me down.
Good move.
They kept the monkey. Did you ever get bit by a monkey?
No, never got bit. Been bit by a lot of things.
Have you ever bitten a monkey? You know what? That's the better question. Have you? What's the weirdest animal you've bitten?
No, never. We did a lot of stuff with wildlife on our show Wild Boys.
Yeah.
Remember the first trip we went on was to South Africa, and there were baboons all over the place, and they would just not stop jacking off. Baboons, that's almost all they do. They just sit there.
So hot.
Just like real
They don't
loose,
even get
a
paid
real
for it.
loose grip too. Like almost like they don't care about it. They're just
They do it for nothing.
yeah.
Where do you think baboon jizz goes? What would happen if you just handed in baboon jizz at the jizz bank? They would know it was baboon jizz, but how far along the process before they go, God damn it, the guy tricked us. It's baboon jizz. You guys at the baboon jizz.
Have you seen the one where the monkey uses the frog?
Yes.
No.
Monkey takes a frog at the zoo. We'll put that up on the Tumblr page or on More Stories Balls. Can we do that? Can we put other people's video just so we don't own it? It's a monkey at the zoo, and he's carrying a frog around, and he just fucks its mouth, but he like obliterates it. Like he kills it, obviously, because he stuffs it with monkey cock, and that'll choke him to death. Hopefully, in the monkey kingdom. And then what happens when he's done and he ejaculates, he carries the thing around with him all day for when he's ready to go again. And then he goes again. And I thought that was astoundingly impressive monkey-wise.
Pretty good, man.
Those were chimps.
Chimps are dangerous.
How so?
Ah, they're
I'll
strong.
bite your fucking face off.
What about that woman that had her face bitten
Right.
off a couple years ago by that friend's chimp who was on
Is there a
Xanax?
fucking wall between you? You're sitting next to each other, saying the same shit, not laughing at anything the other one says. He goes, they'll bite your face off. Yeah, they'll bite your face off. Did you hear about that lady got her face bitten
they'll
off?
bite your face off. No, but that lady had a lady had a chimp, and she would give it Xanax to keep it calm. Her friend came in, and the chimp freaked out and bit her face off.
Bit the
That's a
friends
different
off?
story,
Yeah,
I
the
think.
Here you go,
off.
Steve. Here's a monkey. Here's a chimp fucking a frog until it's like dice. I'm done with you now, froggy.
That's a chimp.
Look at him. He's getting down. This is great radio. You guys can just go to YouTube and type in chimp fucking frog. And then have fun when the Patriot Act takes hold and they go through your computer files and they want to know why you're looking at a chimpanzee fucking a frog.
It's smart, though.
Look at this guy switching. He's switching. Look at the feet dangling. He's switching positions on the frog. He goes, I don't want to do the whole thing on top. I'm going to be on bottom. I'm a man of leisure. Chimpanzee is saying.
That frog's going to wish he stayed in the lake.
Yeah. How does a frog get in the monkey enclosure at the zoo? Do you think?
Hops in, I think.
Really?
Yeah, in the beginning of the video, he just hops in on accident.
I like Matty Boy showed me hopping in with his hands.
I wouldn't have known.
Like
that-
Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas acts out all the lyrics. Matty Boy's like, he hopped in. Steve-O, there you go. What?
Jesus.
All right, now we have four guys sitting around watching. I hope corporate walks in right now. August 22nd, Sequan. You said it right the first
Oh, did
time.
I?
I don't
Sequan?
know.
All right.
When you booked the gig, what did they tell you it was?
I thought it was a Hard Rock, but
All
I
right,
guess
you've
it's
said
not.
that 50 times. What's the name of the town? What
Oh,
is the
El
name?
Cajon.
Is that
Sequan?
down by San Diego?
El Cajon. It's a Sequan Casino in El Cajon, California.
August 22nd, that is. August
that's
24th,
right.
Hard Rock. Now you are in a Hard Rock.
Right, and
August
Biloxi.
24th in Biloxi, Mississippi. Uncle Dan, where will you be performing?
The Sequan Casino in El Cajon, I think.
Let me tell you something. If you, Uncle Dan, open it for you, I'll sell like 6 tickets, bro. This guy's a headliner.
Is that the one? Is that El Cajon? Is that the El Cajon down by the border?
It's near San Diego.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
There's a
You guys
big
are-
immigration. There's a
You
big.
guys are like fucking.
That's where the big immigration prison is down there.
The one immigration person?
One of the biggest. It's down there, right? It's right across the border.
Oh, all right. This is the weirdest thing in the world. Steve-O just got back from... Where were you surfing? El Salvador?
El Salvador, yeah.
10 years ago, same trip.
Holy mackerel.
Fucking stop looking at it. These animals fucking...
You stop looking at it.
I'm not looking at it, Matty. Now it's a goddamn elk having sex with a monkey, and the monkey's like, I don't care. I got to cross... That's crossing the line when you're switching species, man.
10 years
what
ago,
do you think a frog and a monkey are?
10 years ago, you go to El Salvador, totally different trip.
For me or for you?
Both, for sure.
Right. Yeah. That's right, man.
Why El
I've
Salvador?
never been to El Salvador before.
Why'd you go to El Salvador to surf
go
in
to a new
Malibu?
spot.
Have you? And you've been to Costa Rica?
Uh-huh.
South Africa?
Not to surf.
Well, now you got to go.
I know.
Because
trying to go to places I haven't been.
Lots of sharks in South Africa.
Yeah, it's pretty sharky.
A lot of sharks in South Africa. I think you got to go to South Africa, get a baboon jerking off on the front of your surfboard. That's hang 10, dude. If it's long enough,
11.
hang 11. And I'll owe you one. Uncle Dan will be opening for Steve-O at the Sequan Casino, El Cajon. Uncle Dan
It's
had
the Sequan Hard Rock Casino.
It's not.
Okay.
Is it?
No.
It very well maybe.
No, it
I
isn't.
don't know.
They don't have
Steve-O.com. Is there a hyphen or anything, or just Steve-O.com?
No hyphen on Steve.
I'll be at the Sequan Immigration Prison. So.
You're going to be cavity searching?
For a few of the boys over there, huh?
You're going to be opening for prisoners at the immigration?
Yeah, I've been in that.
What?
Not to serve time, but I just went in there. It's kind of a cool place.
Why?
I used to be in security. Remember, we did security work down there.
What, at immigration?
Yeah.
He worked security at the Oscars, and then Then he was just assigned to Larry Fertensky. Remember Liz Taylor's like construction worker husband, rehab husband?
Okay,
He's a big dumb guy with like a mullet.
Okay.
He wasn't even that big. It made him look big.
No,
but he was
big
like,
dumb guy.
yeah.
Like
my
dumb,
job was to make sure nobody asked him any questions, and he didn't answer any questions.
That was his
my
job.
big
Don't let anybody ask Larry Fertensky a question. Uncle Dan comes in handy. If you don't want people to not like your tattoos, hire Uncle Dan to go. He's not doing any tattoo questions right now. People, move it along. What do you say when someone comes up to Larry Fertensky? What do you go? He can't talk. How do you keep people from asking?
You say one more word, and you're going to be out on the street. That's what you say when you're in security. One more word, damn, you're out on the street.
All right. You're a bomb pop.
You're a bomb pop junior.
You son of a bitch. Steve-O, do you know that how that came about?
I do not.
His sister-in-law, Aunt Christy, is special. And they were having an argument, as they often do, because Dan takes her out to Fridays all the time, and she starts like screaming in the restaurant. Why don't you tell the story?
Well, so we used to have this thing where, she'd say, you're stupid. I'd say, no, you're dumb. She'd say, you're a Big Mac. And I'd say, you're a Whopper, this and that. Then she said to me, well, you're a bomb pop. And I said, well, yeah, you're a bomb pop junior. And it just shut her right up. She even knew that being a bomb pop junior was like way worse than
she went fucking ballistic. Like, how dare you call me that? She inherently knew that he'd fucking topped her. You're a bomb pop junior. Steve-O, you are a straight up bomb pop. You're no bomb pop junior.
That's right.
I feel like we all took mushrooms right when my blood got drawn.
I wonder, like, if it's something really negative, and then like you say that, with Junior,
you could do that.
Then it's almost like less negative, though.
No, not to a special person. With Aunt Christy, she knew he had bested her. Like, if you mean like you're a jerk, well, you're a jerk
You're
junior.
a piece of shit. Oh, yeah, well, you're a piece of shit junior.
Well,
so I'm not as much of a piece of shit as you are.
No, it goes the other way. Cause
you would think that that's the way it is, but
Yeah.
it really goes the other way.
That's how it works when you have a chicken in your jockstrap when you're climbing above alligators. But in the real world of special people, Steve-O,
Right.
they know when they've been had.
Like Jay Mohr is the biggest dick, but like you're not as big of a dick. See what I mean? Like it goes.
No, that was a very strange analogy.
Whatever.
Jay Mohr's the biggest dick, but you're a big dick junior.
Big dick junior.
You're the biggest dick junior.
Yeah.
I hope.
I don't think you're the biggest dick, and I loved seeing you in the Burt Wonderstone movie.
That was fun.
I enjoyed that
Big
movie.
crazy. Everybody thinks I had a wig on. I'm like, no, man, we teased that shit up.
I didn't like
You
the
have a
end
wig
of it
on
as
now,
much.
right? No.
What'd you say?
I didn't like the end of that movie as much, but I liked it.
How'd you think it was going to end? A car chase? It's a fucking magician movie with Steve Carell in it.
Right, of course.
Like, I thought the ending was a little disappointing. I was hoping for the big shootout.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess of course, you're right. But my favorite was when he picks the chick out of the audience and brings her back to nail her, and he's like shoots the photo and.
I think the whole movie was good. The reviews were so bad of Burt Wonderstone that when I finally watched it alone in a hotel room, like, I was like, oh, this is great. I like it.
How'd you not see it before you were in a hotel room?